Hi there. My name is Erin Henshaw, and I run an organization called the Mind Body Project. We offer applied mindfulness programs to different organizations, mostly schools, companies, and hospitals. And what that means is that we work with organizations on their biggest challenges or areas they want to grow in, like communication, stress relief, burnout, and we create personalized programs to work with and change our brains around those issues. So today I'm going to be offering a short course in practices that stimulate the vagus nerve and create a sense of safety and calm. So let's go ahead and get started. I just need to move this slide here. Okay. So, as I mentioned, my name is Erin, and I'm a trauma sensitive mindfulness teacher. In this course, we're going to discuss basic brain science as it relates to the vagus nerve. We'll do some deep breathing, humming, and meditation. I've also done my best to offer gentle introductory practices in this program, but it's possible that you could experience overwhelming emotions that are called triggers. And if you do, please reach out to trusted professionals. I'm also available for follow up support at my email, Erin, ERIN, at themindbodyproject.com. Okay, so let's do a little brief review of brain science. What's going on up here? And maybe before we do, let's take a moment to ground ourselves into our bodies. So I've got my singing bowl here, and you can root your feet into the ground, feeling the ground beneath you. And if you're seated, you can wiggle down your sits bones, those two bones in your bottom, into the chair beneath you, letting your spine grow long and tall, relaxing your shoulders, and releasing the belly and the chest. You can close your eyes for a moment if that feels good to you, or gaze down at one point on the ground beneath you. Just taking a moment to listen to the sound of the singing bowl. And perhaps now we have a chance to clear our mind and gain a bit of focus. Or maybe we've decided we want to do something else. That's okay too. So, looking into basic brain science, our brain sends a lot of signals to our body about how to behave. And they're often on a spectrum. On one side, we have fight or flight. So something happens in our life, and our brain signals to the body, wow, this is a time to get a little bit agitated in one way or the other, and send some signals that maybe make our heart rate increase or our breathing increase or get our organs ready to go. And then on the other hand, something might happen that's quite calming, maybe a singing bowl. Maybe you notice something beautiful. And this kind of stimulates our rest and digest response. So we might notice that we can start to feel our belly, our muscles begin to relax, begin to become a little bit more soothed. But just knowing that the signals that the brain can tell the body are constantly on this spectrum of go and do or sit back and appreciate. And this is in constant flux all day, every day. And so One of those major functions is that the brain sends signals to our nerves. So you can imagine that the brain is like the computer, and the nerves are like the emails, and they're sending out all of these updates. And one of the ways that they do that is through the cranial nerves. So we have nerves that come straight from our brain, and they attach to different organs in the body to let them know how to function. And the longest nerve that we have, it's our 12th cranial nerve, is called the vagus, or the wandering nerve, because it wanders so many places in the body. So you can see I have an image of that here. So the vagus is touching our throat, it's touching our lungs, our heart, our kidneys, our stomach. And so a lot of scientists, researchers, and as well mindfulness professionals are starting to understand maybe the vagus nerve is more responsible for our feeling of comfort and thus health than almost anything else in the body. Now, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's regulating so many of these major organs that help us feel this sense of being safe, also known as our felt sense, that it's really what, as humans, we're even subconsciously connecting to our feeling of safety and our feeling of comfort and our health. And when our vagus nerve is overactive, you can imagine it like a rope, and it's unbound and it's frayed. And so all of these signals that are going out are kind of signals of distress, and they're not smoothly regulating. They're like a little bit jerky here and there, or maybe they're overactive in some places, underactive in some places. And so stress will start to fray our rope. And so, what vagus exercises and practices do is what we call, they tone the vagus nerve. So, they put those frays back on, they smooth it, and they help get our body and our organs functioning a little bit more optimally. And so, that's what we're going to practice today, is practices that enhance vagal tone, or they smooth that rope. One way we can do that is deep and slow breathing. So we'll do some box breathing and some belly breathing. Humming is a way to bring back our felt sense, and also meditation. So let's get started. Planting your feet on the ground beneath you, and bringing your right hand to your belly and your left hand to your chest. Begin to notice, where is my breath in my body? You can keep your eyes open if you'd like, or you can gaze down at a point on the ground beneath you, whatever feels most comfortable. I'll keep mine open and help get us settled by playing the singing bowl 3 times. Good. And keeping your hands where they are on your anchor points, or dropping them. And begin to notice the low belly, where the belly button is, rising and falling. So if the breath is up in the chest, imagine gently letting it fall down into the belly. And we notice belly rising, belly falling, belly rising, belly falling. And if you haven't gotten there and the breath still seems like it's up in the throat, in the chest, noticing that that's where you're at today, and that's totally fine. And we'll start with some box breathing. You can think of it as a 4-part breath. So we inhale, hold the breath, exhale, hold the breath. Good. Inhaling, holding, exhaling, holding. And continue for a few more rounds at whatever pace feels comfortable for you. One aspect of the breath is longer or shorter. That's okay. See if you can ask your body what would feel most comfortable to me in this moment. Bringing your breathing back to its natural rhythm. Gently scanning the body, noticing if there's any areas that are calling your attention. Maybe we can continue to relax the shoulders, melt the hips, and let the ankles soften down into the feet. And humming is a great way to increase vagal tone. So we're going to go back to our vowels, and we'll inhale together, and then on our exhale, we'll make the sound of A. So we'll go through this process with all the vowels plus M and see how it feels in the body. So inhaling together. Holding and noticing what might be coming up, sensations in the body or thoughts in the mind. Inhaling together. Inhaling. 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 And we'll go through this next round a bit more quickly and make the sounds of the vowels. So, ah, a, e, o, u, mm. And at this point, if you feel like you need to calm the body, You can bring your hands to your anchor points or come to whatever position is soothing for you. Inhaling Releasing the hands, noticing anything that you might be sensing. One way that I think is sort of fun to get a little more humming in, really feeling it resonate through our body, is to pick a song. So Star Wars is appealing to lots of us, triumphant victories. And so we'll do a little of humming of the Star Wars song. So it goes like, Okay, so I'm not an expert at this. So you don't have to be either. But really go for it. Like you have a kazoo, or you can even practice with a straw in your mouth. Really getting into the humming of the Star Wars song. So we'll inhale. Closing your eyes if you'd like, and just notice maybe what your face is saying. Checking in those organs that the vagus touches. How do I feel my throat? My heart? My lungs? What are my kidneys doing? How's my belly? For our last practice today, we'll do some meditation. So if the idea of meditation is new to you or you've done it a million times, we're going to pick an anchor, which is watching our thoughts. So as we get into our meditative posture together, feet flat on the ground or legs comfortable beneath us, holding up our spine, we're going to set the intention of allowing anything to come up that wants to and noticing. And then at the end of our practice, we'll bring in some emotional labeling. But you don't have to do anything. Just listen to the sound of my voice and stay comfortable where you are. Bringing ourselves back. 3 rounds of the singing bowl. Letting the eyes close or gazing at one point. Softening the breath. Noticing where it is in the body. Giving ourselves a few moments to allow. Whatever comes up is okay. You're doing it right. Deepening the breath. Coming back to this moment. And of anything that you might have felt or noticed, I'd like you to choose one word to describe how you're feeling right now. So it might just pop up for you, or you might take a moment to ask yourself that question. How do I feel right now? For some reason, in my meditations recently, lots of B words have come up. Belong, bold, brave. Brave is the one that came up for me that time. And sometimes it's just nice to know that's what I feel just in this moment. And maybe it won't a few moments from now. And that's okay. That's kind of how life rolls. Something comes up and it goes. And something comes up and it stays a little longer. And we can learn to watch our mind first in efforts to have better understanding of it in the future. And this is the way that we start. Just close with a couple more practices that also increase vagal tone and I particularly love. One is cold exposure. So cold showers and just even putting feet in a cold body of water or anywhere that hurts. Probiotics and anti-inflammatory foods. They help reduce inflammation in the whole body and allows the vagus to not be fighting so hard. Massage. So that can be self-massage, patting, or getting a massage, giving a massage. Laughing and exercise. So please join me in the future for some more of these practices. And I hope this is helpful during this time.